He went 4-0 in divorce court. Got the cars, got the house, got the kids, got child support. Did my man actually take a W in divorce court? That almost never happens.
And he's gonna have to start dating older girls. Like, yes, it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, he won't. Matter of fact, I'll bet $265 million that he won't have to start dating in his age range. He's not gonna stop banging 20-year-olds.
That was a really short clip, so it might have been taken out of context, but she said Leo will have to start dating older. No. No, he does not, bro.
Or do you think WNBA players should get paid as much as NBA players?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I would say yes, but I think that comes from me being a woman.
Yes, but I understand the controversy. Sure.
Who's your favorite WNBA team?
I don't really watch it.
I don't know sports. I just know
shouldn't.
that it's women and men.
Okay.
Nothing for that one.
I'm sorry.
Dude, I don't know. You got me there. I don't watch WNBA. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what that is.
I don't have one.
I knew that was gonna come.
If you don't have one,
Pass.
it's okay.
Pass.
Thank you.
It tells you everything you need to know. It's so simple. It has nothing to do with their gender. It only matters how much money they bring in. That's it. If as many people watch the WNBA as the NBA, they'd be paid exactly the same. But that's not the case. Less eyes, less money.
Do you know if you sleep with more than 5 guys, your chance of a happy marriage after 10 years goes from 80% to 25%?
What?
Because the more men you sleep with, you lose your ability to bond with each one. So if you sleep with one guy, you're going to compare the next guy to him. If you sleep with 10 guys, you compare all 10. If you sleep with 20, you compare all 20. You're not likely to be divorced, but you're more likely to leave if you did that.
That's true. Shout out to Pearl.
Women should have equal rights, 100%. For the space of the last 20-ish years, women have not only equal rights, better rights, for the most part, in the Western world. The only women I hear complaining about equality of rights is Western women. I never hear that from my mom's Eastern European friends or Middle Eastern friends. They never talk about it, ever, right? And there is actual oppression that goes on in some Middle Eastern country. You've got these Western women who don't want to admit their own privileges. You know, simple things like, if you are a woman, as long as you're not obese, you're gonna have a man who will take care of you.
There's not a single right that is afforded to a man that is not afforded to a woman in the West. In fact, it's the other way around. Women are given less jail time for committing the exact same crimes. They get child custody 90% of the time. Men have to sign up for the draft. And that's just a few things. Where's our equality?
Put a finger down challenge, except if you put any fingers down, I don't like you. Put a finger down if you would make fun of someone for being a furry.
Yo, that's wifey, bro.
Why is dating so much more difficult than it was 10, 15 years ago? 10, 15 years ago, from what I remember, it was much easier because women didn't have all these options. If they met a charismatic, charming, good-looking man, that's all they had. They didn't have social media. They didn't have dating apps. But now, all these simps, all these guys are flooding into a woman's DMs. They have dating apps. Women have unlimited validation. They don't know who to choose from now. It's the option paradigm. The more options that you have to choose from, the harder it is to make a decision. If you had 20 flavors of ice cream to pick from compared to only 3, it is much easier to choose from those 3 flavors. You're not thinking as much, okay? With 20 flavors, it makes it much harder. So just because you have more options, it doesn't mean it's better. This is what's happening with women today.
He's exactly right. The choice paralysis. Have you guys ever been on Netflix just endlessly scrolling, looking for a movie or a TV show to watch? That's exactly where girls are at today. And that's exactly why we don't simp for them.
I don't know if this is funny or what, or not, but my neighbors over here are getting a divorce. She told him last night that he told her last night that she could have the house and everything in it. Well, this morning he goes and rents some heavy equipment, and him and his best friend has been over here today while she's been at work, and she hasn't got home yet. She has no idea. So, yeah. I don't know. Oh well.
That's crazy, bro. He destroys the home so the wife doesn't get it in divorce. I think a lot of guys can relate to wanting to do something like that, but there has to be some type of legal repercussion to something like that, right? This isn't legal advice. Obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about. But if he said she can have the house, doesn't that mean the property is now hers? Or doesn't it have to be written up or something? Because if the property is hers and he destroys it, can't he be held responsible for that? I have no idea. I'm just guessing. But this dude has balls of steel. Things boys said to me because I said no. Are you? No one wants you. You're ugly anyway. Guys insult her for rejecting them. There's no need to be butthurt over a girl rejecting you. It's really not that big of a deal. So if and when you get rejected, don't be insulting her. Just play it off like it's no big deal, because it is no big deal. But I will say, if she is leading these guys on and then rejecting them, it's a little bit more warranted, so you can put more blame on her. But if it's like a cold approach situation or a DM situation, then yeah, that kind of reaction is not warranted by the guy.
It gets boring. And it's kind of sad that we're attracted to like the bad boy stereotype. And I feel like that comes into play because I have a strong character. So naturally, I just want a strong man. Like, I want somebody to be like, shut up, like, you wrong. Calm yourself down. It's to the point where, for example, like, I've been talking to him for almost a month and we haven't done anything because he's so nice that he's taking his sweet time with it.
Would you give it to him?
And I'm like, bro, just choke me right now and throw me on the bed. Like, you know, and he's like, no, chill. Like, let's take our time because he's that nice. And, you know, sometimes that's why you have to just stick to your lane, know what you like, and, you know, just go for what you like. That's why I stay away from those type of men, because I know that in the end I'm gonna end up hurting them, because I'd be like, all right, this is boring, I'm out.
The nice guy is just the guy that doesn't know how to spike her emotions. You have no flair, no spice to your attitude or your conversations. This is what most guys would do the first time they're hanging out with a girl. They just start asking her logistical questions. Where do you live? Where did you go to school? How many pets do you have? Do you have any siblings? Just the most basic, rudimentary, boring conversation. There's no emotional tie to the conversation. And that's what you have to realize. Women speak the language of emotion. And this is something I think a lot of guys struggle with, because we as men speak the language of logic. So realize that when you're in conversation, you are genuinely speaking different languages. Men care more about the content of the conversation. Women care more about the context of the conversation.
Technically everything works,
trying to have a romantic
but it's
connection
broken
after
and
6
mangled
years
and
of
really
SW.
unpleasant. Broken and mangled and really unpleasant.
Oh,
Broken and mangled and really unpleasant.
That's a lot of damage.